For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks Relief works fast. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Available in stores everywhere.
Monday on ET, we're with the superheroes taking over Comic-Con. From The Rock's Black Adam.
These powers that rival that of Superman.
To all the marvelous surprises from the MCU.
We bring the heat.
We leave you now with the one and only Billy Porter talking to our Denny Directo about joining Rita Moreno, Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Sally Field in the Tom Brady road trip comedy, 80 for Brady. Bye, everybody.
It's like all of the ladies who raised me. These are the ladies and the energy.
Happening now.
Children's Bereavement Center of South Texas, the Ecumenical Center, and others based in San Antonio are in Uvalde, offering mental health support and other services. Coming up, we'll tell you the kind of response they're getting.
Not as hot this weekend, plus a small chance of rain next week. I'll be back to talk more about this coming up.
You get them, we all get them, those annoying spam text messages. We're going to show you how to get them off your phone. The News at 5 starts right now. San Antonio police asking for the public's help in finding a missing teenager. According to SAPD, 15-year-old Maya Stevens was last seen in the 6000 block of Blanco Road wearing a black tank top and black gym shorts. She's described as being 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing 130 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She also goes by the name of Ashley Sanchez. We're told she does have a diagnosed medical condition, so anyone with information can call the SAPD Missing Persons Unit, the phone number 210-207-7660. The Uvalde CISD school board meeting that is scheduled for tomorrow morning will not happen after all. That meeting was set to determine Chief Pete Arredondo's fate. It's been canceled. In a statement posted on the school district's website, it reads in part, quote, in conformity with due process requirements and at the request of his attorney, the meeting to consider the termination of Chief Arredondo will be held at a later date, which is yet to be determined, unquote. The statement goes on to say that Arredondo will be on unpaid administrative leave. The next scheduled board meeting now set for Monday at 6 p.m. And the uproar surrounding Monday's school board meeting compounding the anger and the grief that already permeates Uvalde. And it's no surprise since the tragedy has impacted the lives of just about everyone in that small town. Jesse Degollado tonight with how 2 San Antonio-based agencies are trying to give them the counseling and the mental health support they need.
The need was so sudden and so dire, the Uvalde Together Resiliency Center had to make the best of its temporary location. Come November, it'll have a permanent home for its myriad of services. Yet even here and through its outreach, it's helped some 2,200 people, most of them for counseling.
We like to think of it as let's have a conversation that may be helpful to the healing that needs to happen.
Fisk is also the CEO of the Ecumenical Center in San Antonio, which tries to help in times of crisis like this, in a small town torn apart by grief, anger, and uncertainty.
But doing so through services dedicated to helping everyone in the community.
Including, of course, children who are grieving. The Children's Bereavement Center of South Texas has always been a home for healing hearts, even more so now in Uvalde. Through its newly opened Comfort and Consult Center, with the services it's offered grieving children and their families for 25 years. Initially, Sokol says they call in or come in, but not necessarily for counseling.
They are coming forward and saying, can you tell me about what I should expect with my child?
Sokol says they're not here to impose counseling. When they're ready, she says, the center will be here for the long term.
So we're helping children today, but some of them are going to need us more tomorrow.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
This afternoon, San Antonio police investigating a shooting that left a woman and her 2-year-old child injured. It happened last night around 10:30 in the 800 block of Timlow Drive. That's near Gembler Road and AT&T Parkway. Officers say people were gathered in front of a home after a funeral when someone in a black SUV drove up and started firing. A 26-year-old woman and her 2-year-old were hit in the leg, but then the SUV turned around and it fired into the crowd again. Both the woman and her child are now expected to be okay. There's a 47-year-old woman who was also shot. She showed up at a hospital later. She's expected to recover as well. The suspect or suspects have not yet been found. San Antonio police say a suspected drunk driver plowed into a West Side home, injuring a woman who lives there. It happened around 3 this morning in the 800 block of Kirk Place. Officers say the driver of the SUV lost control, took out a light pole, and then left it dangling. After that, it jumped the curb and finally drove into the home. A woman in her 20s was inside that house. She had minor injuries. The woman's mother tells us that her and her grandchild had been sleeping on the living room couch when the SUV hit the house. We spoke with a neighbor who describes what they heard at the time of the crash.
I just heard a big boom and I look out my window and I just see my neighbor's house busted open. I don't know what to do.
The woman and her child are expected to be okay. Police took the driver of that SUV into custody on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. By daylight, relatives were already working to fix the hole that was left in the house. 2 people now safe after escaping a fire at their Southeast Side home this morning. Those flames broke out around 6 in the morning at a home in the 300 block of Pamela Drive. San Antonio fire officials say that firefighters got inside. They found the flames were in the attic. The 2 people inside were able to get out, but most of that house had significant fire damage as well as smoke and water damage. The fire caused about $80,000 in damages. That cause still under investigation. New this afternoon, a federal jury has found Steve Bannon guilty of contempt of Congress. Those charges stem from his refusal to testify before the January 6th House committee. After nearly 2 days of hearing evidence and testimony, the jury reached a unanimous verdict in less than 3 hours. Bannon did not take the stand or mount any defense at all. He's now set to be sentenced on October 21st. And according to federal law, Bannon now faces a minimum sentence of 30 days in jail. Now to the latest on the January 6th attack hearings themselves. The fallout continuing from the latest televised hearing of the House Select Committee. Top advisors to the former president and lifelong Republicans telling the committee that they pleaded with former President Trump to tell his supporters to go home. This as the Capitol was being breached and the peaceful transfer of power was at risk. The committee also heard from 2 White House staffers who resigned in the aftermath.
The president needed to condemn the violence.
You could count me among those who was hoping to see an unequivocal, strong statement clearing out the Capitol.
President Trump has continued to call these hearings and the investigation one-sided. The panel says more hearings will be held in September after gathering more evidence. Now to current President Biden, who is isolating for a second day after testing positive for COVID-19. White House officials giving an update on his condition this afternoon, saying that he is still experiencing mild symptoms. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
The White House says it's business as usual for President Biden as he battles COVID-19 in isolation. Seen here in this new photo, masked up and on the phone with his national security team today.
The president said he's still putting in 8+ hours of work a day, and that he wants to remind Americans to get vaccinated because, in his own words, it matters.
The president's physician says he did have a temperature of 99.4 Thursday night, but has remained normal since taking Tylenol. Biden still has a runny nose, fatigue, and an occasional loose cough, but his medical team says his symptoms have improved since testing positive Thursday morning.
And I really appreciate your inquiries and your concerns, but I'm doing well.
The 79-year-old says he's been fulfilling his duties and hard at work, tweeting a photo of himself signing the Formula Act into law Thursday. Today, he met with his economic team to discuss lowering gas prices.
I'm feeling much better than I sound.
He'll have to work in isolation for 5 full days and get a negative test result before returning to work in person and normal activities. President Biden is taking the antiviral drug Paxlovid, given his age, as his medical team keeps a close eye on him.
The president is doing better. He slept well last night. He ate his breakfast and lunch. He actually showed me his plate.
Contact tracing is underway for those considered close contacts of the president, including members of the press and Congress. And the White House resident staff has been reduced to only essential staff as the president isolates. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
This probably comes as no surprise. We were above 100 again today. Area weather watches 103. Warren reports out in Del Rio, 96 in Lakey. Around San Antonio, 100 in Windcrest. We were up to 97 in Bulverde, 97 Canyon Lake. Another blistering hot day. No record set today, but it was hot nonetheless. 101 the high, 79 was the low this morning. The record was 103 set back in 2018, so thankfully we didn't get there. Reports now, though, that one of our area lakes is at its lowest level in decades. We'll show you which one it is, coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. And maybe it's just my imagination, but man, when we start looking at traffic at 5 o'clock, it seems there are less people on the road these days. No one wants to leave their house when it's 100 degrees. This is the traffic at 281 at St. Mary's. Everything moving along just fine. Mattresses, styrofoam, and plastic bags. These are just some of the things that a local group is finding as they try to clean up San Antonio's waterways. River Aid San Antonio. It's a nonprofit dedicated to cleaning the waterways here. It was formed in early 2021, and every month it hosts several cleaning events. This weekend, they're going to be cleaning up Salado Creek, and they're looking for volunteers. They did this just 2 months ago, and at that time, the group removed more than 6,000 pounds of trash from the creek. Sadly, though, it's back full of trash again.
We're all connected to this program. Even if you don't use Salado Creek, even if you think you don't litter, the whole city is tied to our creeks through our watersheds. When it rains, things that are in your backyard, your pet's waste, that E. coli, gets down to the river, gets down to the creek, likewise with litter.
Now on Saturdays, volunteers are going to be focusing on the part of Salado Creek near Sir Winston Drive and Blanco Road. If you want to join them, they're going to start cleaning at 8 a.m. Still ahead, more companies marketing by text. And yes, it's annoying all of us. After the break, we're going to take a look at how you can stop getting spam texts from these companies.
Myra Arthur here in the KSAT newsroom. Right now, we're working on stories for the news at 6 o'clock, including this exceptional heat and drought. We're all feeling it, including local fire departments. But not just here, not just on the scene of a fire, how it's affecting the budgets of volunteer fire departments. That's tonight at 6. Plus, high school football season right around the corner, and student athletes will be practicing in this intense heat. We'll talk about a screening that those athletes may want to get now to help prevent cardiac arrest. Plus, we're talking to a local author about a new book and his experience growing up in San Antonio after 9/11. Why it's one he wants to share. That and more today at 6.
Thank you, Myra. So does it seem like you're getting more random text messages from businesses? Well, you probably are. Text marketing is on the rise, and some people, like myself, fed up with it. And if that's you too, 12 on your side's Marilyn Morris has some ways to make it stop.
When Ruth LaLangue ordered online from Dress Barn, she got something unexpected: spam text messages. She had provided her phone number.
Every single day, in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, it's too much.
And there was no clear way to opt out. Sometimes people opt into receiving texts and don't even know it. So how can you stop it?
If the message does offer a way to opt out, do that. You can also forward unwanted text to 7726. It's free and it helps your carrier take action.
Your phone company should also give you the option to block the number. If you're getting messages you never agreed to, you can file a complaint with the FCC or FTC.
Be careful when entering your phone number online. you may need to uncheck a box to opt out of marketing texts or emails.
You can also check the company's privacy policy for a way to opt out. That's where Dress Barn states you can unsubscribe from its marketing text messages by replying "stop." Getting unwanted text messages can be super annoying, but it can also be dangerous. Scammers may sometimes text you trying to trick you out of giving your personal information. It's called smishing. Fakes may text you claiming to be from a government agency. They may sound urgent or even friendly and use your name.
If you get a suspicious text you didn't sign up for, don't reply. Even if it says to text "stop" to opt out. Block the number, then delete the text.
One more thing, you can sign up for the Do Not Call registry. It covers unwanted text messages too. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, add that one to your glossary. Schmissing?
Never heard that before, but I don't like it. I know that much.
Okay, it's sweltering. I do know that.
Yes,
that one you probably already have in your vocabulary.
So many adjectives to describe our weather as of late, but yeah, sweltering is a good one. And you see some of the clouds out there. We've had a few clouds today. It hasn't really helped us with temperatures still blazing hot. We made it up to around 101 today. Want to show you some data we got coming in from Amistad, Lake Amistad, out near Del Rio, of course. And the numbers today aren't great. The lake level there continues to fall and is at 33% full. It's down 62 feet and down 14 feet over the last year. This is the lowest level it's been since its initial inundation back in the 1970s. So that gives you some perspective there. These area lakes are falling quick. And we need some rain in the worst way. We still haven't been able to find it. I mean, you can see it across the state. It's just not here. You go up to parts of West Texas. We've got some showers and storms there. Midland, Odessa, up towards the Lubbock area. Some pretty good downpours, in fact. And then you go over to Houston. They've been benefiting from some outflow boundaries and some showers and storms there. Some of these trying to die down. They were trying to work west, but they didn't have much success. We still have high pressure that is keeping most of our rain at bay. There was one little shower in Lavaca County earlier. That has since dissipated. So we're just left with partly cloudy skies. You can see some of those showers, very, very light showers around Hallettsville. That's all we've got on radar today. It's another dry day, so we just add it to the list. Right now, 99 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 61, so there's just enough humidity there to make it feel like it's 100 degrees outside. And temperatures around the area, 97 in Kerrville, 100 in Uvalde, 101 Honda, 103 Pleasanton, 100 I should say in Gonzales. And around Bexar County, mostly upper 90s with a few 100s down towards Stinson and Randolph. 102 there, 101 at Randolph. And 100 degree days this year. 43 now. We just keep adding to this list. We've already moved into third place. And we're getting closer to second and first place. Again, if things continue as they are, we'll easily get there. Dew points in the low 60s right now, so it's not all that humid. But again, as I said earlier, there's just enough there to give us some sort of a heat index. And this is what it feels like around the area. 100 in Boulevardia, 101 in Converse, 101 Seguin, 104 is the feels like number down there at Stinson. So your KSAT 12-hour forecast, if you have plans to be out tonight, well, we're still going to be at 90 at 9 o'clock, so just a heads up there. Mostly clear. Into the 80s tonight, 83 by midnight, 81 by 1 a.m. And as we get closer to tomorrow morning, we will fall briefly into the upper 70s. But humidity, of course, increases by tomorrow morning. We'll see some more clouds to start as well. Your heat index forecast tomorrow, I think temperatures top out around 100, but it'll feel like 104 by the afternoon. So pretty similar to today. Temperatures around 100 here in town, 100 in Somerset, 99 in Elmendorf tomorrow, 100 in Floresville. Same story, second verse here. As we look at the current setup, high pressure still is in control. It does move, but it moves closer to Texas this weekend, which I think brings up the temperature a little bit Sunday and Monday. Then it scoots east. This presents an opportunity. We do have a little disturbance coming in, I think Wednesday and Thursday from the Gulf of Mexico. This brings a little moisture with it. There is a small chance of seeing a couple of showers, I think, Wednesday and Thursday. We're not going to get our hopes up, but I have put in a 20% chance there on Thursday. Anything we see would be very isolated. So 100 tomorrow, 101 on Sunday, 102, Monday, 101, Tuesday. Maybe if we get enough clouds in here, a little bit of moisture on Thursday with that chance of rain, we'll keep temperatures just below 100 degrees, which sounds nice.
Party time.
Party.
If it's 100, or less, I'm happy at this point.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We knew there was a Good Samaritan who had come to the aid of all those families in Uvalde. We didn't know who it was. Now we do.
Yeah, because he wanted to keep it private at first. Bo Jackson, because he just didn't want the media attention. So we've seen the Dallas Cowboys, the Houston Texans, and the Las Vegas Raiders donate to Uvalde. Now Bo Jackson is revealing how much he donated to help out. Plus, Dallas Cowboys fullback, we talked to him, Nick Ralston, and he's going to tell us about his team expectations coming up.
When we go to Oxnard, it's 65 degrees. It's not 115 degrees. So this is good training for camp.
You know Nick Ralston and the Dallas Cowboys will enjoy the much cooler temperatures in Oxnard, California in big board sports. But first.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Former NFL and MLB star Bo Jackson revealed that he donated $170,000 to help cover funeral costs for the 19 students and 2 teachers killed in the Uvalde school shooting in May. Jackson said he and a friend flew to Uvalde 3 days after the shooting. He met with Texas Governor Greg Abbott briefly before donating the money to cover funeral expenses. Jackson suggested he wasn't keeping anything secret. He just didn't want the media attention. Jackson told the Associated Press he feels a personal connection to Uvalde because he's driven through the town many times. He stops there for a bite to eat or to get groceries before driving farther west to visit a friend's ranch on hunting trips. The people he's met over the years in Uvalde touched his heart when the news broke on May 24th of the shooting at Robb Elementary. Jackson said, quote, "I don't know if it's because I'm getting old, but it's just not right for parents to bury their kids. It's just not right." He also said, "I know every family there probably works their butts off just to do what they do. The last thing they needed was to shell out thousands of dollars for something that never should have happened," end quote. By this time next week, the Dallas Cowboys will be in full training camp mode as they prepare for the 2022 NFL season. One mini-C is a make or break campaign for head coach Mike McCarthy. In 2 seasons with the boys, he's 18-15, including a first-round playoff loss to the 49ers last season. Fullback Nick Ralston was asked about the team's expectations heading into training camp.
You know, as a team, I think we're looking to build on the foundation that we built last year, you know, getting to the playoffs. And, you know, every year our goal is to win the Super Bowl. So that's our expectations going into camp. And we've got a great group of guys and ready to get to work.
Here is the Camping with KSAT schedule. On Monday, the Cowboys report to camp. Tuesday is the State of the Cowboys address with Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones and Mike McCarthy. Wednesday is the first practice. Opening ceremonies will go down Saturday, July 30th. Then Sunday night, 31st, Jerry Jones will join us on Instant Replay. Greg Simmons, sports producer Mike Klein, and photographer Bill Caldera leave super duper early Monday morning for Cali. Our live reports start Monday at 5 p.m.
I hope they're packing their sunscreen.
Especially Greg.
Oh, yeah. That's important. And sunglasses for everyone else who's watching. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we just gained a degree. We just jumped up to 102. That's going to be the new high for today. And as we head into the weekend, some clouds in the morning, but still plenty hot in the afternoon. 100 tomorrow, 101 on Sunday. Keep in mind those heat indices will be around 100 to 104 both days. Still more triple digits next week, too.
101, 102. Thanks for watching the News at 5. Have a great weekend. World News is next.